Kenya, and he's here to tell us more about what we need to understand about online. So a lot of people have been really fast to catch on, especially the millennials or the median market, if I might put it that way. But then we still have some people who have reservations about online shopping. And I guess you would be the right person to talk to us about this. But before we can even get there, what is the uptake on online retailing today?
I mean, online retail, so e-commerce has existed in Kenya now for 3 years. In the continent, the wider continent, for 4 or 5 years. I think the uptake has been very large. I mean, I think we're counting the number of Kenyans that are using Jumia in the hundreds of thousands. And those numbers are only increasing. I think what's amazing for e-commerce in Kenya today is the number of new customers that we get each month, which and there are tens of thousands. So every month, new people that have never shopped online before.
Right. Do you get the demographics of what age group these are, or it's just?
So, I mean, I think millennials is the largest chunk, more or less. The largest demographic for us is sort of 25 to 35-year-olds, followed quite closely, actually, by the 18 to 25-year-olds, and then by the 35 to 45-year-olds as well. So it's not just a young person's game. Many people are shopping online.
All right. What are some of the influences of people buying stuff online? Is it just the convenience or the fact that we have too much traffic in Nairobi? What are some of the influences we're having today?
Look, I think convenience is the biggest one. As you say, traffic is a killer. A lot of people don't want to sort of waste time getting into busy car parks, finding their way through big shops and big malls. E-commerce allows you to order from your phone at home or from the office and have products delivered to your home. That's the convenience on offer.
All right.
I think the other main driving factor for people is actually, I think there's two other ones. One is price. E-commerce allows you to have very attractive prices. Why? Because you're not paying for rent. If you're not paying for rent to be in a big mall, you can afford to have lower margins and give that as a price discount to customers. So price is a big factor. And I think the third one is trust. I think for a lot of people, particularly people who aren't shopping in the biggest of shopping malls because they don't have one near them or they can't afford to as well, Jumia is a place to go if you want genuine quality products, and without any of the sort of the concerns of products you might find in the open market. All of the products you find on Jumia are authentic. They're from the biggest brands and distributors, and they've been sort of quality checked as well.
All right. So earlier we did ask the question on whether or not we think products that are sold online by online retailers are priced fairly compared to the walk-in shops that we have in the country today. But the recent upturn in e-commerce enterprises across Africa is revolutionizing not just the retail market, but also business in general. And the growth potential of this niche, as demonstrated by several e-commerce firms, showcases the enormous opportunity undertapped. And the continent's leading markets, or IT markets, that is Nigeria, that is in West Africa, and then we have South Africa, we have Egypt as well. I've seen actually a surge in the development of e-commerce businesses in the region, and Kenya happens to be leading one of those. So let's talk about the market space in itself.
Sure.
How much have we grown? What are the areas of opportunity that you're seeing as Jumia Kenya?
I think e-commerce started, as it does often, with smartphones here in Kenya. So a lot of people recognize Jumia as a place to go and buy smartphones. I think fashion has started to become a factor on Jumia and other platforms as well. Electronics in general sell pretty well online, TVs, appliances, etc. I think the next wave for e-commerce in Kenya is going to be the products that we consume every day, what you might call sort of consumer products, the likes of Nestle products, the likes of Pampers or baby products, makeup products as well. So smaller everyday items, the likes that you would find in supermarkets, and we will start selling them on Jumia soon. And I think people will therefore start to buy on a more regular basis the everyday products that they buy in supermarkets or other places.
All right. So the question we asked about whether or not we think that the online retailers have fair prices compared to the others, we're having some responses here. And 201 is saying, I bought a pressure cooker online for 2,000 shillings. The same cooker somewhere else was selling at 3,250. And Paris Kiyama is saying, most certainly the prices set online are fair because some of the sales agents who act as brokers are eliminated in the process. So it makes it much cheaper to purchase stuff online. And Michael James Nyaoga, you're saying, I think so, because walk-in shops price their items highly because of the many expenses they incur, and some of the expenses include taxes. You pay taxes, right?
Of course.
All right. So tell us about the future. What is the future for Jumia? What are you hoping to get into now? And what do you hope to do to win the trust of the so many consumers out there who are yet to be convinced to get online and start shopping online?
Yeah, so I think a couple of things. One, we're investing in customer experience. So that's a big focus for us right now. We want people to feel that when they click a button on Jumia and start to discover the e-commerce opportunity for themselves, that they're going to get deliveries fast, that the products that they order are going to come to them as they ordered them and as they expected. So an investment in customer experience, we're focusing heavily on that. I think, as I said, we're starting to diversify into new product categories so that people can buy more types of things on Jumia. And I think the last one is starting to expose our customers as well to the other types of services that you can get within the Jumia group. So within the Jumia group, you have Jumia Food, you have Jumia Travel. There's a whole bunch of other services that you can take advantage of online within the same sort of environment or same sort of group. And so we're hoping to sort of showcase those to our customers in the coming months.
All right. Have you heard people looking for jobs, or have you seen people searching for whether or not there are jobs being advertised on Jumia Kenya? And if yes, are you considering adding that onto your site too?
So we actually have a business called Jumia Jobs in some of the other markets. We haven't brought it to Kenya yet, but I think that's something that if there's demand, that we will do. Yeah.
Okay, and we have other online retailers just like Amazon, and Amazon are now going global. They're almost doing just about everything, and they're trying to look out for those products that appeal to certain markets like Kenya and try to put them up on their sites. And I guess that is enough competition for you as well, considering you're also looking into the local markets too. But how do you deal with competition in a market like this one?
Look, I think there's two types of competition. At least that's the way that we see it. There's local competition, other sort of online websites like OLX, for example, and making sure that we have a competitive offer for our customers and offer a competitive service in comparison to those other online local options. And then there's the international competition, such as Amazon or Alibaba in China as well. I think the main difference versus the international competition, those are great companies, let's be honest. They do a great job, they have a great service, but they're far away. They're not African companies that are focused with people on the ground, understanding our customers and there to help them with any issues that may come up. We have a massive customer service team on tap almost 24/7 to help customers learn how to use our service, but also in case there are problems that come up to help sort out those problems. And I think we have the advantage of having products in market. If you order on Amazon, which I'm sure people will do every now and again, you have to be prepared to wait, because those products are coming from far away. They're not in a warehouse in Nairobi, as others are as well.
Okay. How are the counties doing? Are you seeing more and more people living in the counties, taking this up?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think today the majority of the business is focused on Nairobi and Mombasa.
Yeah.
But a good chunk, something in the region of 40%, with very limited effort from our side in terms of pushing it to people, is in other areas around the country. So people, and I think actually one of the viewers texted in there saying cutting out middlemen.
Yeah.
I think that for me is the key to why people in other parts of the country are using the service. The alternatives offline are to buy from a local vendor who has got his products or her products from several other middlemen who originally got their products in Mombasa or in Nairobi.
So from the counties, are you getting requests, say, to get into tea? They want to put their tea online as well. They want you to help them sell their tea straight from the farm into the market, and things like coffee and things like that.
So we sell some tea and some coffee, more from the bigger brands today, it has to be said.
Yeah.
We haven't started doing perishables, so they're like some other sort of farm products. But it's something that's in the back of our minds. And I think for me is the next step after we start doing those consumer type products.
Yeah.
Why not perishables in the future as well?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We
you.
do appreciate the time taken to come talk to us here on KTN Business Today. I'm trying to get a way of pronouncing your last name.
Shapat.
Shapat. Sam Shapat, the Managing Director for Jumia Kenya. Thank you so much for joining us.